Mexico! No downtime at all. Ever. Hey all, welcome to the shop. Today I'm working on my radiator, so if you've been following along, welcome back. I pulled my radiator out the other day and discovered this teeny tiny hole there, which had actually happened from a case of stupidity. There was a bolt. I had to pull out the AC condenser because the front end has been hit here. I've got all the videos on me fixing that damage. I got videos, I don't think of me pulling the condenser out, but that was before I started the channel. But I got some videos of me working on this prior, but I forgot a bolt right there. And when I put the radiator in, it worked fine. First 100 miles, it worked fine. And then one day, my radiator just started leaking. After looking, I've discovered that getting it fixed is going to be about as much as it costs to buy one, because this is just a cheapo aluminum knockoff radiator. I mean, it's a legit aluminum radiator. But anyways, after looking at getting it repaired, yeah, it's better for me to try to do it myself. So what I have done, or what I'm going to attempt to do, is I got some isopropyl alcohol. I got a couple scrub brushes. I'm going to clean that out. I'm going to open up the hole a little bit, and then I got some JB Weld steel reinforced epoxy, which is supposed to be waterproof, I actually used some of this on a radiator once, just to keep heat this last winter, because I had a hole in a radiator in my wood stove system, and it worked amazing. So I'm going to try it on here. Now, this isn't a permanent fix. I'm not going to do this and sell this car. I'm not an idiot either, you know. I'm just going to try this out, see how it works, see how long it lasts. This car is not my daily driver. This is I'm fixing it up to make it beautiful, but I don't have, you know, that kind of money. Maybe by the time I'm 50. Right now, it's just I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going to keep her going. I'm going to keep going at it. It's budget. I'm a DSMer, you know, and that's the way we are. Anybody out there who's a DSMer knows what I am talking about when it comes to JB welding crap together. But anyways, without further ado, I think I'm going to get into it. I mean, I'll show you guys. I think this radiator was $55, and it's decent. It's all, like I said, it's all aluminum. It did come with a dent here and here. I don't know what that's about. It came with that, but everything else was pretty much fine. The other thing I noticed about it is aluminum, but it's a painted aluminum. It's not actually a brushed aluminum. So, like, they took the aluminum and they painted it in aluminum color, which is fine. I don't care. It works, that's all that matters. My hood stays closed. You don't get to see what's under there unless you follow my channel. So, but yeah, what I'm going to do is start off with, do whatever, go crazy. I'm just going to use a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a brush to try to get, I don't know how well it's going to work to get that stuff out. I had a rag. I wish I could get some of this orange off. On the plus side, that's the front of the car, so it'll never be seen. There's my rag. Anyways. Yeah, it's such a tiny hole. The reason I'm going to open the hole up is so I can get some of the epoxy into the hole. So anyways, here's where that hole is, and like I said, I'm gonna try to peel back some of this thin stuff, straighten it out as best I can. You can actually straighten out the fins too. I don't think that matters at this point though. See, what I want to do is get this, now that this is opened up, see how easy that was for me to poke it out? I can actually put some epoxy into this hole and then take a needle nose and get it, yeah, I'll need to move these fins, get it in here and pinch this shut, so it's actually not a giant hole that I'm trying to seal, but a tiny closed gap that's going to give me the best chance. You know, who knows, maybe this will last years. Someday I want like a Mishimo or whatever radiator, you know, one that's got the fancy writing on the front. That would be awesome, but for the time being, this works. It works. Like I said, I just want to try to get that as clean as I can, give it something that it can mount to. I'm also going to probably sand it a bit. So, let's see what we got. Oh! Not what I wanted to do. I was trying to get the air bubbles out. So that was, you know, entertaining and stupid at the same time. If you can break them off even and keep it clean, this no mess cap is supposed to never ever glue itself shut. So let's mix this up. I suppose I should have made sure I had a needle nose before I started mixing this, because I need that once it's put on. That pinch it shut. Oh boy, that's not good. Piss poor planning leads to something. Protect the epoxy. And we try to get her inside of the hole. Like I said, I want it in there so it actually has a chance of sealing it. I don't know that I want it up there, you know. It's fine for it to be all along the one part, but I don't want it to go to a second surface because of expansion and contraction. There we go. I'm just gonna slowly build it up. Well, what do you think? Should I add more? I kind of want to hit it with my heat gun a little bit. Nah, that would probably be a bad idea. Let it dry on its own. Only thing is, I don't want gravity to take over. How quick does it set? Sets in 4 to 6 hours. Full cure is reached in 15 to 24. Okay. What's your working time, though? Think you actually got that long to work with it? So what do you think? You think it's gonna work? I think it will. I cannot wait to try that. Here's the question, do I leave it sit like this or do I leave it sitting the position it's gonna be in the car? I should probably leave it like this. I'm gonna leave it like this. Yeah, see there's already bugs in it. So. Poor girl. The other thing is I need to bring these in and get them pressed out to get the new bearings pressed in, but when I bought the bearing kit I didn't realize that they don't come with the seals. So the seals are on their way, so she won't be in this sad stance for very long. The axles got to be swapped, but I'm just waiting to swap those. I drained all the fluid. I still want to go through the fluid and see how much metal shavings I have in the transmission fluid. Because I do know that was an issue. If you followed along, if you missed that, once it's warmed up, the transmission makes a horrible noise. It's my fault. I used, there's GL4 and GL5 transmission fluids, whatever. If you use the wrong stuff in this, it can wear out the brass bushings on the synchros and something else or another. I put the wrong kind of stuff in. I was stupid. I didn't put the correct synchro mesh or whatever it is that I'm supposed to put in. So I drove it for like 100 miles, 200 miles or so, and it started making this noise once it was warm. So I parked it, shut it off, and I think I started it once since then to move it. So I drained that out. I'm going to see how much chunks is in there because I'm trying to debate about putting the fluid in because the stuff is $20 a quart for the right stuff. That's how I ended up putting the wrong stuff in because the wrong stuff is $10 a quart. Oh, don't freaking cheap out. Get the right stuff. I don't have the money to build this car the way I would love to. And you know what? The stuff that's in it, I'll give you guys a sneak peek of something. Closing up for the night, and we'll come back to that later, but you look over here, you got the original parts for the car. That is the original head for the engine, which, usable. No bent valves or nothing. This one didn't jump timing. What ended up happening is it lost a rocker. So the exhaust valves stayed shut on one of the cylinders and it burned a hole through the piston. So it's all good. The head is good. The cams are shot. And the cam bearings, they could stand to be polished, but I think they'll be okay. The other thing is, hiding in this mess somewhere. That's a muffler. I think it's, oh yeah, it's right here. That is the original transmission for the car. Now, what's wrong with that one? I think he said the second gear synchro is what's out in that one. So it doesn't like to shift in a second. This one shifts into all the gears, it just makes that noise. So, I don't know. Either way, if this transmission's messed up, I got parts. I can figure it out. But I also have the original engine for it, which I've got pistons and everything for. Someday that's going to be rebuilt. This is a non-turboed engine that I slapped the turbo on, and I said to heck with it, I'm going to run with it because I'm just trying to get her on the road. The bumper's actually a laser bumper, so it doesn't fit. You'll notice it's kind of pushed out in the front here because it actually literally doesn't fit at all. And you can see that this is where the bumper is supposed to come out to, but this one doesn't. So I just go like that. It works, whatever. Someday I'll get the right bumper on it. And I actually, if anybody knows where I can get these clips, I accidentally broke that stupidity, but oh man, it's such an amazing ugly turd. And it's not a turd, it's my baby. So I tell you what, let's see what's gonna happen here. I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. Yay! But I tell you what, when I come back to work, I'm gonna fire this up and we're gonna see what's going on here. Peace.